Canadiens are at the Leafs tonight in preseason game 3. Hey, everybody, I'm Rick. Welcome to Talking Habs, where you get your daily fix of Blue, Blanc, Rouge. We got game number 3, preseason game number 3. And it's not good. I don't think it's going to be a good game for Montreal. And here's the reason why. I do have the lineups for Montreal, but I'm going to show you the lines. It's not the lines, but it's the roster. This is their full lineup, except for Austin Matthews and Joseph Wall, and there might be one other, but it's their full lineup. And then Montreal is putting up Heineman, Dvorak, Newhook, Barry Boulay, Beck, Kidney, Uruwa, Kapanen, Armia, Gignac, Tuck, and Pizzetta, Hudson, Barron, Struble, Reinbacher, Jacky, Engstrom, Dobish, Hughes. Yeah, we're probably going to not. I mean, it's probably going to be a tough game, but the lineup is loaded with guys that are trying to make the team and fighting for jobs, and we'll see. And we got Lane Hudson in the lineup, so there should be some excitement there. Anyways, hopefully be a good game. I think on the first game of the preseason, the Leafs were beaten by the Ottawa Senators young squad, which is what this is for Montreal. So I'm hoping Montreal can do it, but I don't know. It's hard to tell. Let's see how it goes. All right, let's see who's here. Let's see. Hey, Guru. Guru's in first, as he often is. He's going with a guess to score contest guess, although we're not really starting that till the first game of the season, but 4-3 Leafs. Kirby Doc with the first goal. And hey, Red, how's it going? And listen, if you're here, and I have a feeling it's not going to be the same crowd or same like the first two games. So the audience was big. I don't know. I think once people see the lineup, I don't know if a lot of people are going to be excited about this game. I am, because Lane Hudson's in the lineup, and a lot of these guys, like I said, are fighting for jobs. They don't have a lot of time. Right? From what I'm hearing, big cuts are coming after Saturday games. So they don't have a lot of time. They've got to make something happen for them, maybe they'll step it up and show these Leafs prima donnas a thing or two. Max Pacioretty will be playing third line left wing with Tavares and Holmberg. Easton Cowan's in the lineup on the first line with Domi and Marner. Cowan, he's one of those young Leafs players that he's a good player, and he seems to like to play against Montreal. So they're talking about him right now, actually. So, look out for that kid. Engstrom is a top 4 defense for you. What do I think of Engstrom? I haven't seen him much. So still forming, like in the prospect showdown, he looked good, but I'm still forming an opinion on him, to be honest with you. William Martin, hey, welcome in from PEI. Welcome in from PEI. Good to have you here. Welcome to the channel. Brian Terry, hey there, Brian. How's it going? Good to see some new names up here. So, and hopefully the Habs young squad, will step up and do us proud here. It's what I'm hoping for, but they're in tough tonight. And if they lose, I mean, it's, if they lose tonight, it's, it's preseason. It's not really a big deal. And then in saying that, it's not the same thing tonight for the Leafs. If they lose against Montreal's young squad, even though preseason, that says a little. I'd be worried if I'm them. So let's see what Montreal can do. We'll have to see. Where am I? Habs D team against Leafs A team. Yikes. It's maybe not even their B team. It's not their D team, but it's like a B- team, I would have to say, right? There are some regulars, but they're young. Like there's not any big veterans. I mean, Armia's there. There's not a lot of big veterans in the lineup. So, it's they're going to be in tough, or it's character group of young kids, and they step up and they show these Leafs a thing or two. And I'd be happy with that. All right, let's get into just a couple of things before the game. Goal scorers for the last game. Mike Pezzetta, he got the first one from Simoneau and William Trudeau. Nick Suzuki got the second one from, redirect from William Trudeau. And Pezzetta with his second goal of the game from Owen Beck. And Pezzetta was a first star. Trudeau got the second star. Owen Beck with the third star. And just here, shots were 29-21 for Montreal. They beat them on the faceoffs, 54.5% to 45.5%. And neither team scored on the power play. 0 for 6 for New Jersey, 0 for 8 for Montreal. Montreal is 0 for 11 on the power play. This is something that is glaring. It's still preseason, and it's not really that much to worry about yet. But yeah, they got to get some power play goals. Last thing, since the 2011-2012 season, and that's consisting of 995 games, Montreal is 32nd in the league should be 31st, shouldn't it? In the league in power play, 17%. So that's for a long period of time, a hell of a lot of games, and that's got to change. And we'll see if they can do that. I have a feeling this year, with the personnel that are here, finally having a very creative and I want to say, I guess, an unpredictable kind of quarterback on the power play in Lane Hudson, I kind of think our power play is going to go up. Patrick Laine on there, Kirby Doc back this year. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Hopefully for the full season. I think the power play will get better. I don't know tonight if it's gonna. I don't know how good it's gonna do. We'll have to see how these young boys do. Max Pacioretty in a Leafs uniform. Yuck. Jacob Dobish. I think that's who they just showed. They're playing the national anthem, and he's singing the Canadian national anthem. So is he Canadian? I didn't think he was, but maybe he is. Or he's really adopted the country. All right, so the national anthem, because obviously both Canadian teams, is over. We'll have a face-off coming up momentarily, I would suspect. Yes, Dobish. So Dobish, yeah, maybe he's Canadian. I mean, he has a European name, obviously, but that doesn't mean anything. Anthony Stolarz is going to start for Toronto. Matt Murray. Matt Murray's the backup. Oh yeah, Matt Murray's the backup. We'll see how that goes. Pacioretty said his daughter told him that that's her favorite uniform for him to wear. He looks best in that. I wanted to puke, but hey, yeah, it doesn't bother me. Patch is over there. We're underway, by the way. Alex Newhook is out there. Dvorak is out there. So they're in the lineup tonight. Like I said, Armia's there. These are veterans. Strubal's there kind of as a veteran because you have to address a certain amount of players who've been in a certain amount of games last season, every preseason game. So Strubel will qualify with that. Reinbacher picks up the puck. Almost a giveaway there. In the early blush, I think it's early. We're like just over a minute in. Montreal, it looks like they're going to have a tough game, but we'll see. And I think the reason why they're loaded like this, the Leafs, is they lost their first two games. I think Coach Berube just wants a win desperately, and they're going to try to do that. Hudson with the puck from behind his net comes out, sends up a pass that gets knocked off someone's stick. Come on, boys, show these Leafs a thing or two. Would be nice. No shots on goal yet. No, one for Montreal. No score, and we're like 2 minutes and 20 seconds into this game. Going to do my best to watch it a little closer than I have the first two, so that I know what I'm talking about afterward. I apologize. I forgot to put back to the comments. I was wondering why there were no comments. Matt Outdoor, yeah, the games you can watch them because it was just the first two that were French only. But now it's on Sportsnet tonight, and imagine, just they'll be in their regular places where you regularly watch them. Hey, Joe from the future. I sound clearer through your new phone. Well, it's a new phone. Hey, Elliot. Will Jack Guy or Pez drop the gloves versus Reeves, or they'll wait for home opener? I don't know if Reeves is there tonight. So hard to predict, but I don't know. Yeah, Reeves, they just said his name, so Reeves is there. I mean, I don't think Reeves wants to drop the gloves with Arbor, but we'll see. Hey, Salil, does anyone know how to see this game in the USA? I have Fubo, ESPN Plus, and YouTube. So effing frustrated. Third game I'm missing. It's not on ESPN Plus? I would think it's on ESPN Plus. Yeah, I mean, go to NHL66.com. Try that. Hey, David. Unfortunately, it's the Leafs feed here in Ontario. Well, listen, at least you're watching the game. But I know what you mean. I don't like watching feed from the other team. Tavares hurt his knee after a hit by a Pizzetta. The best of fools. Yeah, Sports Surge works. It stopped working really for me like a couple years ago. I stopped trying there. But I got to tell you, between Sports Surge and NHL 66, if NHL 66 works for you, it's the better of the sites. Nylander took a big hit there. Fans are. Oh, yeah, they're in Toronto, of course. Saturday, they're here in Montreal. That's when we'll see the big names. So. And good chance then that we might see a lot of the lesser names for Toronto. It's going to be like sort of like not as exciting that way. But anyway, Newhook with a shot screen goalie almost. That puck was bouncing around in the air. High sticking call coming. No? Oh, refs had their hands up like that. So now there's a penalty. Hudson pushed into Dobish. So oh, I don't know who that was. Hit the post. Damn it. Nice moves by Hudson. Shot hit somebody. He gets it back, though. Got pushed. They touch the puck finally, and we'll have a power play for Montreal. That was close there at the net. Oh, I see what they called that. He pushed Hudson right into the goalie dangerously. So 14:26 left in the first. Shots are tied at 1. No score. Habs going on the power play. They are 0-for-11 so far in preseason, so they need to pick it up here. Although it's preseason, so you temper that, but they got to score some power play goals. Leafs haven't given up a power play goal so far in preseason. Puck stolen from Newhook by Marner. Trouble. Saved by Dobish. Minute left. Come on, guys. Stolen again. Yikes. That did not look good. Hey there, Isaiah and David. ABL. Is Pete the Fist doing Canucks podcast? Not that I know of. Why do you ask? I know, my man, you take what you get. Oh, yeah, David, absolutely. You know, better than not watching it, right? Hey, Wolverine. Yeah, it's exactly it. You'd think he would maybe not wear that. Was Domi is it Domi that's got the penalty? He's killed off, so yeah, it is Domi. He's playing in Toronto, Domi, so he's lost his mind, you know. Tavares out for the rest of the season. I know it's a joke, but I mean it didn't look that serious overall. Because you never know. Hudson is so fast that when the Habs go to Utah for their away trip, he'll be training at Bonneville, the racetrack, or the is that a drag strip or something? Down just under 11 minutes to go. 3-1 now. Shots on goal for Toronto. No score. Penalty coming up. Montreal. So Leafs will go on the power play here. Oh, a tripping call? Dvorak? Best I could tell. David, that was a quick out and in. Salt Flats, World Speed. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. That's right, it's Utah. Who is in net for us? Dobish right now. Dobish is in nets. Hughes is backing him up, I think. I'm not sure who's backing him up. It's a young squad against the old squad, I guess, of the Leafs. So the Leafs basically it's their regular NHL regular season squad, and Montreal it's all young guys pretty much. Anyways, listen, you know what I noticed though? Besides the power play, but they're on 5-on-5, they're looking a little bit better against the Leafs. They're finding their feet. Let's see. Light them if you got them. BL says Rogie Vachon is backing him up. No, I think it's Hughes. I think it's Hughes. Hang on. I have it. I have it. Give me a sec. Yeah, it's Dobish and Hughes. So if I'm correct, basically that's the Dobish and Hughes are the tandem in Laval. Or at least they were last year. Jackeye is the oldest defenseman for the Habs on the ice tonight, 23 years old. And it seems like Reeves don't want to have a fight. BL, I'll let you go through the list of Habs goalies until you get to the right one. His name is Connor Hughes. I think his first name is Connor. There's the Bad Bunny. I actually used this in a video today. You'll see it. The Metro Division goalie tandems video. I'm almost finished it. David, you're leaving again. Talk to you later, David. Have a good one, man. One thing I've noticed, says Joe, Sportsnet coverage has annoying time drag. The French coverage does not have that problem. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Sportsnet's horrible. First of all, they're horrible. I pay for this, and it's not. I wouldn't recommend it. It's the only reason I would is because it's the only streaming service for all the NHL games you can't get in Canada. Yeah, they scored. Tavares with his wounded knee scored. Power play goal. Remember, Montreal's probably going to get beat here. Don't take anything from it. They're playing against a stacked team, and it's a young team. So, personally, I think what we should take from it is that if they can keep the Leafs, they can keep right there with the Leafs and say they only lose by one. I think that's a big thing if that's what happens. Boozer, how's it going, Boozer? Yeah, it has been a little while. I see you out there, especially on Facebook. I see you in the groups. Dave Elliott is a member. I know things have been okay. Can't complain. You? We need to do that, Lucas. Yes. When that'll happen, I don't know. Although, remember, the power play units that are going to be in the regular season, they haven't put those guys together yet on the ice. So it's not that big a worry. If it continues in the last two games, especially when you got to figure it's going to be the main squad pretty much, then I'd worry. But right now, it's all over the place. I'm not that worried about it. Yeah, but BL, I mean, it's basically their major league team playing against, you know, Montreal's prospects. So, it's just that Toronto, they need a win. They're so, I want to say, shallow that in preseason they lost the first two, so they figure, hey, let's stack a team and embarrass the Habs. Okay, if that you need to win that badly and your ego is that weak, then okay, that's fine. Shows who they are. And in return, listen, Montreal is giving these guys a test, right? They're testing them, evaluating them, and these guys want a job. These young guys, they got to step up in a game like this and show something. And if they can do that, well, that's going to get noticed. They're also playing for their jobs in Laval too, being evaluated for that. We're down to the 8-minute mark left in the first. Shots are now 7-1 for Toronto, and the score is 1-0 Toronto. And we're pretty much playing in in the Habs defensive zone most of this night so far. Nylander hurt again. Poor Willie Styles. He fell because his teammate pushed him, and his head went into the shin of a Hab who was skating, not the Habs' fault. So that's no penalty, obviously. A little reminiscent of Tavares and Corey Perry in the playoffs in 2021. Well, I'll say it's a commercial break, by the way. I'll say that if Montreal can get out of this period only down 1-0, that's a good showing for these young guys so far. And we'll see how the rest of the game goes. But so far, it's only 1-0. They they're starting to hold their own more than at the beginning of the game. So let's see how this game works out because, like I said, Ottawa's young team beat the Leafs. But it wasn't. I don't think it was the full Leaf squad. Although it might have been a lot of regulars I heard on that squad. So we'll see. I'd love them to do it and embarrass the Leafs. I'd make me very happy. Boozer, it's awesome to have them back, and not only that they're back, but I mean we have some legitimate excitement to look forward to for the season. Right? Might not make the playoffs for sure, but I think it's going to be a lot more exciting. They're going to win more. It's going to just be a better season, I think. Hey, Salil, no problem. Hey, thanks for dropping in. Enjoy the Cowboys game. It was Dvorak that ran him over. I mean, I'm glad Dealer's not hurt. I don't want to see somebody get hurt, especially like that. But it's the teammate's fault that pushed him. He's gone to the dressing room, made of glass, made of glass. Now listen, he took a good hit to the head, you know? So really shouldn't make fun of it. if he's out for any length of time, of course, Leafs fans are going to blame the Habs for purposely trying to kill Nylander. Man, Camp should have got a penalty there. The way he took Newhook down. No, that should have been a penalty. Oh, it is a penalty. Okay, good. Yes, Joe, absolutely. He's got to go for concussion protocol for that. What are my thoughts on Patrick Line? Oh man, you haven't watched my videos. I'm absolutely stoked to see Patrick Line this season in the Habs uniform. Think he's going to have an awesome season, and yeah, can't wait to see. I imagine he's going to be in the lineup on Saturday, so I think we'll have a look at the number 1 and number 2 picks from the year that Matthews and Line were drafted, because they were drafted 1 and 2. And I think we're going to see both guys in the lineup on Saturday for each team. Nylander and Doc might be long-lost cousins. That Doc, listen, Doc's playing. You didn't hear that he's hurt and he won't be in the lineup. So don't jinx the guy, man. Yeah. Another shot at the power play. Let's see. We're 0 for 12 so far. Minute left in the power play. Liney certainly isn't worth $8.7 million, and he must prove himself to Habs. Well, really, he's not worth $8.7 million. I don't agree with that. I know it's a lot of money, and I know he had a really bad season last year. I mean, I know what happened last year, but if you look at even the seasons before, he did miss some games to injury, but look at his numbers. I don't know what everybody's upset about. If he comes in and puts up a point a game or close to it, I'm sorry, but he's kind of worth the money that we didn't sign him to that deal, right? Another team signed him to it. Come on, boys. They got one close to the net. Look at that. That was a little bit better movement there in the offensive zone on the power play. It's over now, though. So 0 for 13. No shots, but one close. Good save there by Dobish. Come on, boys. Yeah. See about Sportsnet? Just told me I'm not allowed to watch this and cut my feed. So you refresh, and then guess what? All of a sudden, I'm allowed to watch it. I only pay for it, so should be able to watch it, eh? Hey, Wonderphil, how's it going, man? VIPbox.lc is the best way I found to watch these games. No, that's not a real call. 3:22 left in the first here. Shots are now 8-1. It's 1-0 Toronto. Again, I'm going to say the same thing. If that's all Toronto can do with a stacked lineup, you know, I'm proud of the kids. They scored. Phil, it's a stacked Leafs lineup. It's pretty much all their regular lineup, minus Matthews and Joseph Wall. And Montreal, it's young. It's a young lineup. It's mostly made up of guys that need to prove that they can make the team or not. And some of the, bottom six guys, like that kind of thing. So this is, Toronto should be killing us already. Joe likes Dobish's super cool goalie mask. I didn't look at it close, so I'll try to do that when they come back. They're showing a commercial for a good show. If you haven't watched it, Tulsa King with what's his name there? Sylvester Stallone. Good show. Good show. Second season is on right now on Paramount Plus. That's not where I watch it. Phil says we'll win 4-2 with an empty netter. 2 empty netter? Like how do? Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm rusty. Yeah, I don't know. I can't see honestly I can't see Montreal winning here. So I'm just not going to call a score because I don't want to say Toronto. Oh, that was Matt Sundin they showed. Okay. Oh, Matt Sundin hinting that he's hinting that he might he might come and work for the Leafs. That was a hint that that might happen. Good player, yeah, like they just said, good player Matt Sundin. Gotta have respect for a guy like that. Even though he was a Leaf for a long time, you gotta respect Matt Sundin. I mean, you don't have to, but I do. Under 3 minutes left in the first. Now, 9-1 are the shots. Toronto up 1-0. Why doesn't someone shoot, for Christ's sake? I don't know who that was, but he had a shot there on his stick. I don't know why he didn't take it. Oh, 9-2. Somebody did take a shot. Look at that. I missed it even. Minute and a half left in the first. Yeah, no, there's been some Leafs players that I have respect for. I mean, I guess not a ton, but Matt Sundin, Wendell Clark. There's been some guys. Owen, what's his name? I can't remember. But there's been some guys that you have to respect. Last minute of play in the first. Nice glove save by Dobish on Easton Cowan. Who's on the make-believes? I just told you, man. It's their full lineup minus Matthews and Joseph Wall. Against basically all the kids. And Armia. And Dvorak. That's basically it. Yeah, William, Max Pacioretty's on a PTO, but it's already pretty much a given that he's going to get a contract and play for the Leafs this season. Yeah, he signed a PTO a little while back. Matter of fact, I did a short that day where I said, he signed a PTO, and I laughed, and that was my short. But honestly, I mean, he's been like maybe not in this game, but the first game's got 2 goals in their first game, I believe. And he's looked okay. I find he's skating a little odd because I guess that Achilles tendon that he tore twice changed his stride a little bit, it looks like. Although it's been a while since I saw him, really cared about watching him play. So I don't remember probably. Why did Habs not bring him back? Ooh, no, the question is why would the Habs bring him back? My thought is definitely if it's that Achilles tendon injury. He tore it twice, same foot. That's not a good thing. So, and besides, they got the use out of him. Hey, we got Nick Suzuki because of Max Pacioretty. So, yeah. He's looking okay, actually, skating. There he is with the puck. Shot. Good save, Dobish. And the period's out. So, as I said, down 1-0 after 1. Still early, but I mean, that's not bad considering our lineup and their lineup. Wasn't he pretty good while he was with the Habs? I'll say this. Very streaky goal scorer, but he put up 35 plus goals a year, right? But when they made him captain, I don't think he was cut out for that. I don't know. I kind of lost my, I don't say respect totally, but for Max Pacioretty after that. But yeah, he was good while he was here. There's no doubt. A guy could score goals just in streaks, in like he'd score 5, 6, 7, 8 goals even in a short period of time, and then not score for a while. So he was like that, And in the playoffs, it was like, hey, where'd Max Pacioretty go? That's what it was like. So, yeah. So we got an intermission. We have by now 16 minutes or so. So whatever you guys want to talk about, let's talk about it. And hey, Pete, BL was just mentioning you, man. How's it going? You're at work, no bus until so you're in one of your little break periods there? The split shift, the in between? Honestly, William, I don't know that he was that type of player or is that type of player. Right? I don't think captain was for him. And a guy that could do what you're saying, he would have been a better captain. So no. I wouldn't have wanted them to bring Pacioretty back. Pete, I can't complain because anyways, if I do, nobody listens. But I mean, things are good. Things are good. I'm busy. That's a good thing. A ton of shit going on between the channels and just everything. Yeah, a ton of shit going on. So yeah. And what else I got for you guys? Oh, Caden Gooley's back skating. Forgot that. That's the only real bit of news, but I do have a couple things to say. So anyways, if you're here and you haven't subscribed yet, trying to get this channel to 3,700 subscribers. Don't know if I can get it tonight. No, I didn't think there'd be a huge crowd tonight, but if you haven't subscribed yet, please do that, especially if you're enjoying the show. And if you haven't seen the Have Normals podcast, came out yesterday, and the thumbnail looks like a diss. Link is in the description for that. When the show's over, check it out. You might want to hear what we had to say. We talked about the power play. We talked about Lane Hudson, Patrick Laine, Kapanen, and Beck, and even Logan Mailloux. So you might want to check that out. Like I said, link in the description. And tomorrow morning, my Metro Division goalie tandem rankings will be out. Almost finished. I'm almost finished. I have just a little bit to do, and then shouldn't be a long edit at all. So hopefully you guys will check that out. I don't have a thumbnail to show you because I haven't done that yet. What else do I got? Oh, I should probably go back to comments. Then I would see you guys what you're saying. All right. Where was I? Patch trying out for the Leafs, so gross, haha. Yeah, it's fun. It's funny, but I mean, it's not. You know, it's funny because there's players that if I would see them in a Leafs uniform, yeah, but it doesn't bother me with Pacioretty. I don't know why, but it doesn't. Riley Kidney from East House, Nova Scotia. East Hants. What are you writing there? Riley Kidney from Nova Scotia. Hey, George. Good to see you, George. I don't see the point of throwing all the kids out together in the same game, bound to create a disorganized play where any particular rookie can't thrive. I think a mix of kids and vets is better. I don't disagree, and there are some vets out there, but I think the thing is I had a list of these young players. There's like 6 or 7 of these young guys that are really fighting hard for a spot, and I think Montreal wants to see what they do in this situation, right? How they play, how hard they play, that kind of stuff. Also, I think they want to load up the lineup on Saturday at home facing this team. I think they want to have a more loaded lineup there. So that's what I think is going on. Pete, is your next comment going to be C? Like, I don't get what the B is. Because Patch gave up during his final season with the Habs and his career took a nosedive. Hockey gods bitch slapping him. Yeah, I'm not going to argue that at all. Never do anything about them. Yeah, I didn't think that was. I didn't think. Did he say that? Are you doing a Canucks podcast? He asked me if you're doing a Canucks podcast. And not that I know of. You think that the defensive players that will be, well, they're all signed. You mean that it'll make it out of camp will be Reinbacher and Hudson? I agree on Hudson. I don't think Reinbacher's ready, and I don't think they're going to rush him, and there's no need to, and I don't think it's going to be Reinbacher. I think potentially if one of the young defensemen makes it out of camp, it is going to be Hudson and maybe Mailloux, maybe someone else, but I don't think so. I think it's going to be Barron and probably Struble as the 7th D, and the younger guys are going to go down to Laval and cook for a little longer. That's what I think, anyway. Riley Kidney, just up the road. Nice. What town is that? What town are you from? What town is he from? Reinbacher does not look ready to me either, not yet. But Mayu, I don't know. I don't know. I think the reason he got the first two games was they wanted to look at him right away, and then yeah, I think Mayu would be a late cut if if he doesn't make it, he'll be a late cut in camp. It's not only a question of that, though, William. It's asset management, right? Barron does not have waiver exemption, so you waive Barron, you lose Barron. That's not a good thing. A lot of Habs fans say, "Well, just waive them." You can't waive guys and just lose them to waivers for nothing. That's horrible asset management. You can't do that. So, in that case, since obviously it's not a priority for them to win, that I don't think they do anything stupid or that, you know, changes the game plan for them. I guess that's how I want to put it. So yeah, Barron makes sense this year. Apparently his defense is better. He's been really concentrating on it. So hey Pete, anytime, you know that, anytime. Just let us know in advance, just a little bit in advance. Let me know you want to be on, and there's plenty of room. We could have. I'm not sure now. We could have at least 10 people on the show at one time. So there's room. Yeah, yeah, everybody can still be cut by that sense. Yeah. What was that? What the fuck was that by Nick Robertson? Didn't see it. If there was I'm not looking at that stuff, and I didn't really notice anything else that I can remember. If Riley Kidney married Sharon Stone, she'd be known as Sharon. No, she wouldn't be known as Sharon Kidney Stone. She'd be known as Sharon Stone Kidney, as Anon put there. If Riley Kidney married Sharon Stone and took her name, which you can do in the States, I'm not sure if you can do it here in Canada, but you can do that in the States, then he'd be Riley Kidney Stone. A bunch of duds on the Leafs. I'm hoping that's how it works out at the end of this game, that Montreal actually beats them and embarrasses them. So, yeah. And it's not a brunch, though. Rush, it's a very young team against a basically full Leafs team. So, and it's preseason. You don't judge in preseason that like that and say they're horrible. Yeah, they're probably, and they're not that horrible. Only down 1-0. The team we just put out on the ice to the team they put out on the ice. Yeah, it's not that bad. But Matt Outdoor, that's been kind of, a rumor for a while, and it may happen. I'm not saying it won't, but unless they trade Barron, I believe he'll be in the lineup on the third pair this season. I mean, they brought in a good coach. That is something. Their goaltending is better. That is something. But I mean, in general, yeah. Respectfully, I'm not going to say no playoffs for a while. If you say one season is a while, it's not. And I think by next season, they will be making the playoffs. I mean, if you're judging this team by what's out on the ice right now, it's just wrong. Joe's happy for that typo there about the brunch. That's good. Don't talk about food. I had lunch, but I haven't had supper yet till after. I'm cooking after, so it's like I'm going to be eating late tonight. So, and I'm a little hungry now. So, don't talk about food. Playoffs next season, or perhaps when Fowler and Demidov arrive. Well, Demidov arrives next season. No, I'm not sure they're going to make the playoffs this year. I'm not that like I don't think they will, but they might. But I don't think they will. But I think next season is a different story. If you're just talking making playoffs, I'm not calling them contenders for a cup, but making playoffs, I think, yeah, by next season. So I don't think it's that long to wait, considering how long we've been waiting anyway. So George power play still sucks, yeah. But as I said before, the only thing I'll say in its defense is we have not yet seen what will be a unit 1 and unit 2 in the regular season together. We haven't seen that yet, right? So I'll hold a little bit of hope that it's going to get better once they narrow down the roster. I don't know how Mountain Bow is easier or makes more sense if you're French just to call Montembeau. Is he not? I mean, is he the answer? I don't think he's meant to be the answer to win a cup with. He's a more than. I mean, he's basically a placeholder. The answer is still playing in college in Jacob Fowler, and possibly in the guy who's in Nets tonight, Jacob Dobish. Those guys may be the answer. I don't. No, I'm not going to argue that Monty's not the answer. But I like Monty. I think Monty's a good goalie. I think he's going to give us a solid year. I don't have a problem with Monty. I don't know about Hughes. I don't know. I don't think he's thought of that way. Um, so I'm not going to put that there for goalie, but Fowler, 100%. That's the future here. Listen, Montreal's building a good team. I'm sorry if some of you guys don't see it, but I mean, I do. I haven't seen a lot of Dobish, but I've talked to people who know better than me, and they're really impressed with him. So I think Dobish is a possibility as part of the tandem when Fowler gets here. We'll have to see, though. I mean, down the road. One thing for sure, Fowler's going to be good. And I say for sure. I mean, we don't know till he gets here, but my opinion. We got to be coming to the end of this first intermission. I'm pretty sure another few minutes they'll be back on the ice for the second. And on, I agree with that. Yeah, he seems like he's got the NHL mindset, and he's got the NHL talent. And with a kid like that, not as worried that it'll translate when he gets here. I think he'll do fine. I'm not. I'm Jacob Fowler's not going to be the next Carey Price. Jacob Fowler is going to be the first Jacob Fowler. And to me, that says a lot. I don't have a problem with that. Yeah, somebody raised them right. That's for sure. So, like I said, they're just about back for the third now. Third. I wish my stomach wishes it was the second period's about to start. Well, I didn't know that Marner and Dvorak played for the London Knights together. You learn new things every day. Yeah, no, I get it. I don't like to term it like that for him. You know, Carey Price is Carey Price, and he 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 has a lot of Carey Price's attributes. Yes, so I'll agree with that part of it. But yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, I think he's going to be a really great goalie. Fowler is going to be the. That's why I say it the way I do. We are underway for the second period. Shots are 13-3. It's 1-0 Toronto. Go Habs, go! William Nylander did not come out for the second. So I'm going to say this: Nylander has a concussion. Because if it was just a protocol, he'd be out of that by now if he was fine. So he must have a concussion from that hit. Penalty for what? His stick touched him, and then Domi fell on his own. Offside, Montreal. Will Kapanen make the Habs? He's got a good shot. I don't know yet. Oh, I guess that could have been tripping. He hit him on the knee with the. Yeah, that could have been tripping, actually. On the replay, you can see it. Habs might have got a break there. William, I don't know if that's a strategy. Hey, listen, if it works, it works. That'd be great. Matt Outdoor, Devo, I gotta think by trade deadline, Devo is probably going to be traded. But if they decide to keep Kapanen here, I mean, Devo's expendable at that point, right? So William Nylander will not return is precautionary. So they're not sure if he's got a concussion or not. Because with concussions, you could wake up the next day and have the symptoms and not show them that night. So that's a good decision. It evens the playing field a little bit too for tonight. Robertson just hit the post with a backhand. I think that's more because Dobish had that side covered. Hudson almost brought it to the net on his own before getting knocked down. Kovalchuk? Kovalchuk's in a retirement home at this point. I wouldn't say Devo's been invisible. He's been a little. I mean, look at his numbers, though. His numbers are like right around his career numbers anyway. So I don't think there was a drop off. He just didn't really step it up. But William Kovalchuk is like 40 years old. What do you want to bring him back for? Why, we don't have players here? Do you not like know the lineup or the rosters and the guys that are on the what's the word I'm looking for? No, there's more talent here than to go out and get Kovalchuk. Just over, well, it's 5.5 minutes in to the second, 15-3 now. Shots on goal for Toronto. Still only 1-0. Speaking of Dvorak, 1-1. Christian Dvorak with a nice move and a nice goal. Ados Koivu is not a good player. I don't agree with that. If you think about Kovacevic, well, they just traded him this offseason to New Jersey. Why would they bring him back? They just traded him away. Yeah, no, I'm not. I don't agree with you, Red. So we got a tie game at 1. What is Toronto going to do about it? And can they do anything about it? We'll see. Ooh, Kapanen to Heineman almost, man. Definitely looks like the Habs got a boost from that goal. Nice defensive play by, I don't know who that is, 42? Nice defensive play. I think 42 is Engstrom. So far, so good in this period by Montreal. They are playing much better than in the first. Okay, now you're the head scout for the team? Red, yesterday you were just sort of volunteer. Like, come on. I'm surprised that Tuck hasn't scored yet. Why? Covey was a floater, according to Schutt and Guy Lafleur. Really? That's what they said about him back then? He had lost more than a step. The last time he was here, I mean, what? 3 years later, you want to bring him back? I don't think so. If the QMJHL players were talented enough to be picked, they get picked. If they're not getting picked because the talent's not there, it's not a bias against French people. If that's what you're getting at. A lot of talented kids out there trying to get drafted. Well, better be good if you want to get drafted. I wasn't on pucking around, so why would I give them shit about the game? We beat their asses. All right, we got 12:27 left here in the second. It's a tie game. Shots are 16-5 now for Toronto in favor of them. Red, you're allowed your opinion, but just because you wanted somebody else and they pick Koivu doesn't mean Koivu is shitty. And if that's your attitude, then you got to grow up a little bit. Cowan, god damn it. Good move there by Easton Cowan. This kid is good. Like, I hate to say it about a Leafs player, but Easton Cowan's going to be a hell of an NHLer. Bye, Red. Next time, don't try to fool me. You're not going to fool me. A couple of breakaway opportunities for the Leafs, and they just can't put something by. Good stuff. Dobish is playing well. Ooh. Well, these young Montreal players are right now have Toronto just as much on their heels as they've got Montreal on their heels at times. So, giving as good as they're getting right now. Let's see if they can keep that up. If they can, they have a chance to to win this game, which I wouldn't have thought going into it, to be very honest with you. It's still a lot of hockey left, so. What does fool me mean? Trying to tell me things that aren't true in the hopes that I'd believe it or forgot something that you had said in the previous live stream. I may be old, I may smoke, but my brain still works, dude. Oh, 2-on-1. Dobish made that save. Wow. That was a 2-on-1. I thought they had him beat for sure. How he made that save, I don't know. Wow. Come on, Hudson. Oh, almost fed Kapanen there beautifully. Almost. This game's turning out to be a fun game right now. A lot of good back and forth action. And yeah, it's surprising the hell out of me. Montreal picked up their game. Tuck's going to get a tripping call. Accidentally tripped a guy. But he tripped him. It was a pad save. Beautiful pad save by Dobish there. Wow. Dobish looking really good. Keeping Montreal in this game. And I mean, that's what you want from your it's what you want from your goalie. Hang on, I got to answer. All right. So we got a commercial break there. Yeah, I'm really impressed. Montreal's kids, they're playing so much better in the second. Defensively, not great, but adequate. But the offense is starting to put, time in the offensive zone and getting chances and making some plays. So I'm kind of happy to see that. Sorry, I got to answer this here. Sorry. Sunday. All right. No worries. Took care of business there. All right. 9:08 left in the second. It's a 1-1 tie. Shots are now 18-7. Toronto on the power play. They have one. Their goal is a power play goal. Let's see if Montreal can hold them off here. The way Dobish is playing, and he's still in net, so Montreal is probably going to give the other goalie maybe the third period only. I mean, the way Dobish is playing, you can't take him out of this game, man. Although it's preseason, so it's not really about that. But I think they do want a long look at Dobish, and Hughes played in the last game. So, yeah, I think they just want a really long look at Dobish. Leafs are moving it around. Let's see, you got what? Marner, Riley, Domi out there, Pacioretty, and Tavares. Habs killed off the first minute. Dobish has been good. Habs clear it. 31 seconds left. And the Leafs send it all the way down there. Right to Tuck. Tuck gets a shot. Nice. Well, that should be a penalty there. Cross check on Tuck as he was skating away. So they kill it off. They kill off the power play, or the penalty, or however you want to call it. So nice. I mean, if I'm a Leafs fan and we got one just came in, hey Adam, how's it going? Who's in net for Montreal? Jacob Dobish. He's playing well. You, man, our little young squad's holding their own against your team, man. And you guys aren't playing a young squad. So far, really commendable job by Montreal here. And let's see if they can keep that up. Puck goes out. You got a whistle. How's it going there, by the way, Adam? Good to see you out there. I've been pretty good tonight. I have not made too many Leafs insults. There's a theme with young squads playing well versus NHL squads. Well, I know the Ottawa young squad took you guys out in the first game, right? So you sure with NHL squads or with Toronto's squad? I don't know. I'm just saying. Listen, there's still a lot of hockey left, right? Third period. That's where having the heart, that's where that comes out. We'll see. We'll see who's got the bigger heart and who don't. Well, that's who 95 is. Ekman Larson, because it's his first season with Toronto. That's why I didn't recognize the number. I saw 95 skating around. Who the hell is that? Shots are 23-9 right now for Toronto. But the main thing, important part is it's just 1-1. Montreal has it tied up with 6:20 left in the second. No Leaf has ever worn 95 before Ekman Larson. Well, you got one now. Damn it. Hudson with a high stick on some, I don't know who that was. So Holmberg, power play again for Toronto. And if you give them enough of these power plays, they are going to score. Well, let's hope they don't. Let's see how Dobish does this one. Cleared all the way down. Ooh, just burnt myself a little bit. Jesus. Gotta be careful sometimes. .111 left in the power play. We'll have a face-off, I think, to the left of Dobish. Wow, that puck was sitting right on the line. Woo, that was close. That was close. Well, yeah, it's a nice helmet. I just remember to look at his helmet. Nice helmet there. Mask, I should say, for Dobish. Habs win the draw and able to clear it all the way down. So under a minute to go now in the power play. 5:15 left in the second, by the way. Shots are now 24-10. So Habs starting to get some shots at least. Ooh, that was close. Reinbacher's lost his blade. How much he can do. Get off. They pushed him to. He gets to the bench. Power play killed off. But gets sent out. Yeah, so far I'm impressed with these young guys. I'm impressed. Good job so far. It was a little awkward there getting off the ice, Reinbacher, but not too bad, considering you only got one blade. So far, so good. What do you guys think out there? How are you enjoying the game? I'm enjoying. I didn't think this was a game I would really enjoy, but this second period, I'm proud of these young Habs. You'd have thought, man. You know they're outmatched here. I mean, they should be outmatched, but so far it's so good. So a little bit left in the second, and then we got one more period, and maybe we might go to overtime or might not. But it seems like Montreal's got everybody in the chat quiet. Surprising the hell out of everybody. Okay, don't need that. I like this commercial. This guy, he's stone guy. It's for drive safe, drive sober. At the at the drive-through to order food. That's funny. Uh, they're talking about Easton Cowan. Legitimately, this kid's good. Gotta say, looks like he's going to win a job with the team. We're back underway. 3:45 left in the second. Where'd everybody go? Feel like I'm alone now. Jeez. It's a good game. If you guys are leaving, although I'm not showing the game, I get it, but looking forward to Saturday's game. I don't know what the lineup will be for Toronto. I have a feeling it'll be this lineup and better against Montreal. So we'll see. Did you hear it's kind of a joke. I think he really said this, but apparently Coach Berube told the players he wants them to play every game like it's game 7. And someone put out, oh, guess the Leafs are going 0-82. Ooh, bad giveaway, breakaway for Domi. What the hell did he pass for? And it just cut me, you stupid thing. I gotta go refresh. I hate when it does this. It's definitely no better than it was last year. This goddamn Sportsnet. Hey, Lucas. Yeah, I used to have jobs like that. The only thing here that's really disturbing a bit is the amount of times the Leafs are getting in like alone and past the defense. It's, you know, that's not really good, but they're recovering from it pretty good. And they score. Damn it. Good play by Robertson. He steals the puck away from Engstrom, like he picks his pocket, as the guy said, and turns around and scores. So it's 2-1 for the Leafs right now. That's a good play by Robertson. Imagine this kid had to demand a trade to get noticed. Kid's obviously talented, if a bit small. Yeah. Right through the 5-hole on Dobish. I think Angster was a little bit lackadaisical there. Should have been a little better. Robertson took advantage of it. Yeah. Good play by Robertson. Well, we'll see how the third period goes. Now that the Leafs are up 2-1, we'll see, William, how it goes. The Montreal goal gave them a boost. You got to think this might give them at least a boost. More could go in. It is a much stronger LA Leafs team than Montreal. So we'll see. 141 left in the second. We'll see how the third turns out. Hopefully Montreal does not give up anymore here. And maybe it'd be great to see them tie it up before the end of this period. But again, like Habs are outmatched here. If they just have a good showing and keep it close, I'm going to be happy. I have no idea if Ancient has always been a little soft. It's our first real good look at him, so no, I don't know. I'm not going to say that. I've only seen him play a few times. That's it. He played in Laval last year, I believe, but I didn't really see him till this camp. Oh, new hook flubs the pass. Final minute of the second period. Twenty seconds left here in the second. Now, Habs PK has been good, I think, in the preseason so far. Good save by Dobish right there near the end. There's 5 seconds left now. So, again, you know what? They're down by one only after two periods. I'm happy with that. So far, good showing by Montreal. And I mean, if I'm Toronto, I'd be wondering why the hell can't we beat this team by, why aren't we farther ahead? Anyway, we got an intermission. 18 minutes to talk about the game or anything else. So stick around. If you're here and you haven't talked to me, say hi. And what do you think of the game so far? I'm impressed with these young kids. I'm impressed. Do Habs have a new power play PK coach? No, PK coach is still is it Robida? And power play coach is the head coach is Marty St. Louis took over the power play. So they didn't replace Alex Burrows when Alex Burrows left in the offseason. And it was oddly announced. If you didn't see it, you missed it. Yeah, sort of in an offhand way on Twitter, I read something that said that Marty St. Louis is taking over the head coach, the power play duties as well. So, is that why there's no power play goals? Or I dare say it's not, but um, I hope it goes well. He's got to be better than Burrows was, and he's going to have a better squad and units in front of for him to work with. So, but yeah, Marty St. Louis is the power play coach. The thing is, though, the Habs need to know not to give away too many stupid penalties. Yeah, I know that it's a problem for Montreal. We'll see. I mean, when you kind of take too many penalties and the refs suck, you're putting yourself in a hole that you don't need to be in. You know what I mean? So yeah, they got to take less penalties. Some penalties are accidents, like the Tuck tripping call. That he didn't do it on purpose. His stick, he was spinning, and the stick went into the guy's skates. You know, just things like that. You can't really blame the player. It's hard to be that perfect. But when you take a penalty where you're doing something stupid on purpose, that's different. Wrestling. Oh boy. Yeah. I'm not gonna watch that. That's for sure. Um, William, I'm gonna say perfect example of the ref sucking is pretty much every single game that's played in the NHL. Pretty much. But yeah, the 2021 Stanley Cup playoffs, because round 3 against Vegas. I mean, Vegas was getting away with murder. So yeah, it was wild, wild time. Oh, I'm sure they're going to eat in the intermissions. They're going to eat up that Nick Robertson goal. Almost guaranteed. Every one of those guys, all three of those guys, have some raging hard on underneath that desk from that Nick Robertson goal. Almost guaranteed. Not Kiprsaw. Kiprios probably for sure. They're talking about Nylander to start with, so maybe the boner went down. True, Nylander had that migraine problem. Shit, that's true. He could be hurt worse than we think. While I'm not unhappy to have Nylander be out of the lineup for them, yeah, and I hate to see a player get injured like that, especially, right? Just an accident, really. Joe, they're not salary cap breaches because you're allowed to do it, and you know you're allowed to do it. So it's a like a loophole kind of thing that they gotta sort of cut, but it's not a breach. To me, you say a breach, it's like, yeah, well, they're doing something they're not allowed to do, but they were. I mean, every team's allowed. They gotta stop that. Especially now that the cap is going up and there's more money, they should close that loophole. We're talking about Robertson, and it's the same point as we talked about with Barron that he's got to make the team because if he doesn't and they waive him because he has no waiver exemption, then somebody's going to pick that kid up. Yeah, okay, Joe, but there are loopholes, so they got to close the loopholes first. You know what? But wait, have done what? I mean, it's what are you saying they've done? Montreal does it when they use Carey Price's LTIR money. I mean, that's basically what that is. So every team does it. And then you have to prove that those guys weren't injured. I tend to agree with you, though. I'm not coming down on the other side. But yeah, I mean, but they got to close the loophole. Close the loophole, then crack down on on any offenders afterward. Nick Kyprios talking again out of his ass, not knowing what the fuck he's talking about. But hey, he's got a good job that pays a lot of money, doesn't he? But I mean, he's a big Leafs fan, so he obviously doesn't know how salary caps work. Again, though, William, you got to prove that Stone wasn't really injured and all that. You got to prove it. I mean, until then, no. But they can sort of. I mean, I don't know how they close the loophole because if players injured, you can put them on LTIR. So there has to be a better, more stringent oversight of that. Hey, Drew, how's it going, Drew? Good to see you out there, man. Summer was good. Didn't last long enough. How about you, man? Yeah, we're close. I think it's 12 days till we start our first game for the Habs. Liney was only in one game so far, but I mean, I like what I saw. He wasn't perfect or anything, but it looks like he's getting his game in shape now. I think by opening night, he's going to be looking like Patrick Liney should be looking. Guy that is dangerous out there and can put up some points. Oh, I don't know why I'm looking at that stupid commercial. Jesus. Excuse me. Why? Oh, William, yeah, Lonnie's going to be playing Saturday. You're going to see. I would think the first two lines will be there. Our top six will be in the lineup. Yeah, I think it'll be a much stronger lineup on Saturday. Kapanen is playing. He's number 91. And it's a good point, actually, what you said there. Haven't seen him much. I think this is the point of this young lineup against this Leafs lineup that is stacked. Is they want to see what these guys look like against that better competition. So if, say, Kapanen, he struggles, well, they know he's got work to do yet. Kapanen's going to get a long look, though, in camp. I think Kapanen, he'll be a last cut. Mayu will probably be one of the last cuts like that, Owen Beck. But for Saturday's lineup, yeah, I expect a much more stacked Habs lineup. And I'm going to say, I think some of these guys here tonight, you're seeing, they're going to get cut and sent to Laval or Junior, whatever that. But some of these guys here are going to get cut. They're going to make some cuts on Saturday. Lots of them, I think. Because then they only have 2 games after that, and I would expect it's pretty much going to be the team that'll break camp, minus, a couple of players or plus a couple of players. Okay, not sure if you're saying you expect the top 6 to have Galley on it. No. Gallagher, quite frankly, going to play third or fourth line. With the lineup Montreal has right now, the top 6 they have, Galley's not even going to make the third line, I don't think. I don't see how. And they're showing it in camp, right? It's Anderson, Dvorak, and Roy is probably going to be the third line. And Galley will be a winger on the fourth line. Because I don't see how else. I mean, you can't. I don't see how you play Galley higher up in the lineup with the kids that they've got now. They're showing the Sabres Ottawa game. Allmark playing well. Rangers 3-1 over the Bruins. Bruins are going to be in trouble if they don't sign Swayman soon. They're going to be in trouble. And I honestly, I hope they fall out. And I've been saying they're going to fall out for like 3 seasons now. So I hope they do fall out because of they're going to have trouble without Swayman, man. I don't know what they're thinking there. Really don't. Michkov playing for Philly tonight. Galley looks better than Anderson? Where? Last season, yeah, he did. But I mean, it's a new season. Anderson, I thought looked good in the game he played. Scored a goal, didn't he? Or had an assist or two. Like I thought Andy was okay. I think Andy will have a bit of a bounce back season. Joe, yeah, Laval should be a pretty good team, an exciting team this year. Yeah, I agree. Going to be a lot of new additions there in the young guys. I think Florian still has a chance to make the team. I don't really think this year. I mean, he's got a shot, an outside shot, like Luke Tuck for a fourth liner, but I don't think so this year. Listen, camp's not over, but I didn't expect that he would really make the team this year anyway. So no, I don't think so. A good year or two in Laval would do him really well. And he only played a little bit in Laval already. So no, I don't think he makes the jump that quick. Hey, if you're here, say something. Say hi. Ask a question. Have you been watching the games or it just came in? I don't know. Shouldn't be much more longer. I think only a couple more minutes, and they'll be back at for the third period. And we'll see. Habs down 2-1. Not a big deficit. Playing well enough to, I think, to tie it up and maybe send this to overtime. Maybe even win it. I don't know. We'll see. But I think they can get the goal to tie it up. Hey, Tony, how's it going, Tony? So I'm still optimistic for this game that Montreal can get the job done. I would have thought, like almost certainly, we'd be down by a few goals by now. And we're not. Kind of think too, if Montreal Saturday, when Montreal has their more loaded lineup against this lineup of Toronto, I don't know. I'm optimistic for that game that we're going to beat them. And I'm looking forward to the opening game of the season against Toronto here in Montreal. It's a back-to-back situation where we played Toronto and Boston first 2 nights of the season. So I'm hoping for. I'm optimistic. I really am. I can see where Robertson might not fit, might not be able to make it. They're kind of loaded on the left side for this upcoming season with adding Pacioretty. Matt Murray is in nets. Last year, 1-2-0 record, 403 goals against, and I didn't see the save percentage, but I don't think it was great. Okay, we're underway in the third. Let's see if Toronto has the killer instinct here or Montreal does. So far, so good for Montreal. They're holding their own here in the third. Just a minute in. Shots are 29-11, by the way. Scores 2-1. Now it's 30-11. And the score is 2-1. Both those things are in Toronto's favor. Joe, I would like to as well, and that might still happen yet. We've still got another 3 games after this one. I mean, Florian's only been in 1 game. He's going to be in more, I would think. I would figure probably 1 more. And I would surprise me if on Saturday he is, but, maybe Arbor's not. I don't know. They kind of teased that they would be in the same game together, so I don't know. Icing against Montreal, 18:07 left in the third. Face off to the right of who's Montreal? Oh, it's Houston. I don't know. I don't know if it's Dobish or Hughes. Looks like it's still Dobish. Yeah, it looks like it's still Dobish. Yep, it's still Dobish. Oh, maybe it's no, it is Dobish. Yeah. I don't know what number Hughes is anyway. Yeah, Leafs looking for their first preseason win and trying to hand Montreal their first preseason loss. They're trying, not that effectively. Pizzetta has been on the team for a while. Devo is not going to go to Laval. Barry Boulay, I don't think he's going to be on the main squad. Josh Waugh should make it, yeah. But I don't know why you lump Pizzetta and Devo in with the guys that are, trying to get jobs. Their jobs are pretty secure. Again, if you waive those guys, they're going to get picked up. Oh, nice defensive play on Domi by Struble. Matt Murray with a save. Ooh, Tuck and McCabe. Oh, it's not going to turn into a fight, but almost. Oh, Domi is an asshole. He just purposely bumped Pizzetta in the back for nothing. I have some Domi shirts. They're just T-shirts, and I wear them. But I'm thinking of taking the goddamn name off the back. He's turned into a real piece of shit since he went to Toronto. Barron, apparently his defensive game has gotten better. That's what they say. I'm not watching close enough to tell you, to be honest. Yeah, I checked out the mask. It's a nice mask. Although the wrong colors, really, for Montreal, really. Four and a half minutes in the third, 31-13 shots on goal. And it's 2-1 Toronto. Pizzetta, if I'm correct, Pizzetta played in 61 games last year, dude. So I don't know. I saw every game last year, but Pizzetta played in 61, I believe. That's a guy who's played some games. Excuse me. I don't know why you wouldn't have seen him. No, Joe, it's a nice design. I'm not knocking the design. I'm just saying the colors in blue, it's not really, and it's not the Habs blue. I don't find anyway, so maybe I'm wrong on that. That's the thing to do. Cough and light one of these. Yeah, why not? I just saw a stick go flying. I guess not. Reeves, you piece of shit, just tried to elbow Hudson in the head. He's trying to hit Hudson hard, but Hudson is evasive. I thought it was 17 goals career best, not 16. These guys don't know? Maybe I'm wrong. Didn't Armia have 17 goals last year? I am going to find out. Uh, Yeah, so here's an announcer on the goddamn major network for showing hockey, and he gets it wrong with 16 goals for Armia. You shouldn't say it if you don't know what the fuck you're saying, idiot. Here's me getting upset at that. Like, I should relax too. I bet you he can recite everything about the Leafs, but he can't get that right. Six minutes gone in the third. Still 31-13 for shots and 2-1 Toronto. You think they have a power play here? Jesus. Clear the puck. Clear the puck. Good play there by Kidney. Fuck. Strubal's pretty strong. He held that guy off with with the one hand and was able to move the puck a little bit. Under 12 minutes to go. Puck sort of bounced at what's his name? Matt Murray. And Murray makes the save. We'll have a face off in front of him. And they'll go to a commercial break. Pizzetta did indeed play 61 games last season. You see, I know what I'm talking about, man. I know that because of the videos I've been doing lately. One of them was it's a lineup. I don't know what of them were, but I remember the amount of games. Oh, I predicted how many he'd play, I think. And I remember saying, like, I don't think he'd get 61, but he'll get, yeah, I think that's why I remember. Some things do actually stay in my head. Usually numbers, I'm good with numbers. I've always been. And so I can remember numbers and things with numbers a lot easier sometimes than other things. And I don't know why. It's that Wendell Clark and Lanny McDonald doing a prostate cancer testing commercial. Better than for ED. Yeah, it wasn't funny, actually, the joke, dudes. Wasn't funny. My least favorite color commentator, Gary Galley. One of my least favorite, let's say that. Really different seeing Craig Berube behind the bench instead of Sheldon Keefe. That was one of their better moves, is to get rid of Keefe and hire him, I think. William, yeah. I mean, Pizzetta should be on fourth line with Galley and Evans. I mean, that's how it's shaping up so far. I mean, we'll see at the end of camp. Joe, Hudson should be paired with Savard to start the season. I think it's a good pairing. That's Matt texting me. How's Hudson looking? I get it, but he knows I'm doing a live stream. I don't think I would text somebody when I know they're doing a live stream. Hey, Andrew. Pumped for another season, you bet. Enjoying the preseason. Not very big, though. Pizzetta is like 6'1". Evans is also 6'1" or 6'2". It's just Galley who's small on that line. William, no. Hudson's going to be on the second pairing, and Arbor will be on the third. Almost at the halfway mark of the third period. Shots are now 31-14. We'll see Montreal can get to a respectable, at least, just barely respectable 20 would be nice. Galley played well on the third line, but I don't think with this lineup and the guys there, I don't think that's where he's going to play. I don't see how you're going to play him there. Because, look, Joshua Roy is not going to play on the fourth line. And I thought, okay, it's either Galley or Anderson on the fourth line. It looks like it's going to be Galley, and Andy's going to be on the third line. But you're not going to play Joshua Roy on the fourth line. And it doesn't seem like there's any room on the top two lines for him. It's got to be a third line. It's actually a good problem to have. That means, your team is getting better when Andy and Galley have to push back, considering their contracts. I really would have thought we'd see a lot more from Toronto in this third period, right? They really need this win. You're only up by one. And I don't know. I would have expected to see more. Considering the talent levels on the two teams, yeah. I'm just really glad I'm not a Leafs fan. That's all. I'm just really glad. Glove saved by Dobish. We'll have a face-off there. Well, that's interesting. There was a notification to watch Harry Rice in 30 minutes live. And you are definitely welcome to do that. Has David Savard been here 10 seasons? No. No, David Savard has not been here 10 seasons. I mean, you're talking 2014? No. Savard's first season, wasn't it the year we went to the Cup final? Or the following season? That's all he's been here. 3 years? I know it's not 10, and I'll tell you how I know that because I've only been doing this. This is my 6th or 7th Habs season. And I know that when they traded for him, I was doing I covered that. So it's not 10 years. I think Tony's got it right. It's 4. Do I think I'm a better driver when I'm high? Not much worse. I wouldn't know. And not for the way you would think when I say that. Didn't Savard win a cup with Tampa? He sure did. And then he came here. So whenever Tampa won, the next season, he was here. And Beba, I think, has it right. 3 seasons, and this is the 4th. Because he came here, he had 3 years on his contract, or they signed him to a 3-year deal. And so hang on now. They traded for him, or I can't remember now. He signed a 4-year deal here? Yeah, you think you're right. Anyways, it's his last season as far as contract. They'd have to re-sign him. I don't know if they'll do that. They may. More than likely, they won't, and they'll trade him at the deadline. I would think that's probably what's going to happen to Savard. Or as I've been told to say it, Savard. Joe, I do believe you are right. Galley is the only 10-year player here right now. I want to shake my head at that. William, the name that you see on the banner is Serge Savard, one of the big 3, the Habs dynasties of the 70s. So, yeah, that's whose banner it is because his number's been retired. I'm sorry. It's weird for me being my age and having people not really know that. But I get it if you're younger. I get it, but 7:10 left in the third. Shots at 32-14. And it's 2-1 Durana. Also, William, if you see guy's name up in the rafters like that, it's because his number's retired. He ain't playing anymore. You don't see a guy that's playing, you see him on the ice and he's with the team. His number's not retired. Yeah, no, it's okay. I figure you're young and I get it. So don't worry about it. I'm not trying to criticize. It's just weird for me when you young guys, and I see it a lot. I work with young guys. They're all young. And sometimes they just don't know something. And it's like, for me, it's weird, but I get it. It's a different era. So, like, don't take offense. I wasn't criticizing. Okay, Engstrom's shot went off a stick. That's why. 6:35 left, and it's still only 2-1. Wow. Would love to see a last minute goal by Montreal to send it to overtime. Guy Lafleur right behind me there. I don't have a Patrick Roy, but I do have a Carey Price signed one, but I don't hang that up. It's in my cupboard. I bring it out for special videos or something. A gift, by the way, by Doug, who I don't think is here, but a gift by Doug. Awesome, Larry. Larry the Cable Guy in the house. I used to listen to the games a lot when I was working doing pizza delivery at night. I listened to more games than I watched. It's better to watch, but if you can't, I don't have any problem listening to the game. Oh, that puck got through. Murray stopped it. Hey, Randy, and how's it going, man? Yeah, well, we're not there yet, but we're damn close. I hope you're doing good, Randy. Good to see you out there. Holy moly. How you doing, man? Good to see you out there, too. It's 2-1 Toronto. 5:20 left in the third. A stacked Toronto team against a very young Montreal team. And, man, these guys are holding their own so far. I don't know that they're going to tie it up or not, but even if they don't, I mean, this is impressive, if you ask me. Yeah, I believe it or not, I have not been to a game at the Bell Center. Last game I saw was at the Forum. So, yeah, listen, if you don't like traffic and shit, don't go in. I take it you don't live actually in Montreal. I'm just outside, just in the suburbs. Besides, I can't really go to a game because, I mean, I do this and I don't want to, yeah, I do this every game. So I don't really need to go to a game. I don't really like the crowds anymore. So I'm happy not to. Two hours away from Montreal. So what town you live in? Well, and Larry, in a newsroom, I would think you'd be able to possibly pick up something like this. No, Randy, yeah, I doubt I'm going to do it, but I do know that's a really nice arena. As a matter of fact, my oldest went to a concert there, I think last week. Actually, I think all my three boys went. Yeah, he said it was really nice there. Nice place to see a concert. But again, it's the same thing, right? So I'm not really big on crowds anymore. And it's a lot easier for me to go to Bell Center than to go to Laval. But seeing the Rocket is way cheaper. Yeah, I agree. And I do believe you can get there by metro, like right to the Son. What is it called? Place Laval? I don't know what it's called. No, it's not Place Laval. It's something Laval. You're 15 minutes north of Gatineau. Oh, you're right near Ottawa. You're right up there. Okay, I know where you live. Yeah, yeah, and nice. I mean, if you're traveling all that way, 2 hours to get to Montreal, then you got to put like it's a day. It's definitely a day, and then after the game till you get home, it's not. Yeah, nice. I've been to Gatineau, I think twice, just twice. The delivery there, but I know you're just across the bridge from Ottawa. Go to a Senators game. There's plenty of seats available. But that's what you should do. If you want to see the Habs, go to a Senators game when the Habs are playing them. Got to be easier for you to get to. Thought on Habs 6'7" prospect. Who's 6'7"? I don't know who you're talking about. Not off the top of my head, anyway. Is it there off the top of my head? No. Oh, are you talking about Tyler Thorpe? I don't think he's 6'7". He's 6'5", I think. No, I get it, William, but go when they're playing the Habs. Cheer for the Habs. Okay, they took away the clock. 4:12 left in the third. Wow. Shots are 32-16. Leafs haven't gotten many shots in this period. I'll say that. I see that's what surprises me, right? They should be the better team. And you're not getting shots in the third when you're only up by one? I get it's preseason, but still. Yeah, Joe, I don't travel far for sports. 6'5" scored 2 goals the other day. Who scored 2 goals? I don't know. I don't know. Can you give me a name? Oh, you're gonna go on the 12th of April. What to the Sens? Yeah, okay, good. At least you can see your team. Larry, this is all. Everybody but Matthews and Wall is in the lineup for Leafs tonight. It's a stacked lineup against Habs prospects mostly. He's thinking of Pizzetta. Pizzetta's been here for like years. He's not a prospect. David knows better than that. He's not thinking of Pizzetta. If David's thinking of Pizzetta, I'm going to be shocked because David knows better than he knows. Pizzetta's been here for a while. It's Tyler Thorpe. I think but I don't know. I don't think he scored 2 goals. He might have though in the Flyers game, right? It might be Thorpe. Hey, Randy, thank you. Plaspel, that's the Laval Arena. Leafs really want to win. They lost their first 2 games, and I guess they're that vain that they figure in preseason games they have to have wins. You know, you could lose all your preseason games. I don't think that means much going into a season. I've seen good teams not win in the preseason and then, are really good in the regular season. So yeah, they want to win. Apparently, Coach Berube, I keep saying it wrong, Berube, told the players he wants them to approach every game and play every game like it's game 7. And then I saw someone make a joke that guess the Leafs are going 0-82. If Hudson is making, I guess he's replacing Kovacevic. Hudson's making the lineup. William, at this point, a lot of guys have been only in one game. Habs net is empty. We got 2:53 right now to go in this third period. Let's see what they can do here. Icing call against the Leafs. Is Mark Bergevin still in LA? As far as I know, he is. Larry, it will be. I'm going to enjoy all 4 Habs Leafs games. When we start off with the first game, opening game in Montreal, it's going to be interesting. And yeah, same for Boston, especially if Swayman doesn't sign. We'll see. Two and a half minutes to go in this game. Can the Habs tie it up and send it to overtime? My stomach says, no, don't do that. But my brain says, yeah, tie it up, baby. $2:15 left here. Faceoff is in the neutral zone. So Dobish back in the net, and he'll come out at first opportunity. Larry, probably not an entire season, but if he holds out till the deadline on December 1st, because if he doesn't sign by December 1st, he can't play this season. So he'll sign before that. But the longer he holds out, the worse. And when a guy holds out and misses training camp, whether it be a forward, defenseman, or a goalie, from my experience in my lifetime, they tend to get hurt that season or play pretty shitty. So, yeah, I mean, if they should sign Swayman like today. Apparently, though, they're agreed on term, but money is a problem. Swayman's asking for 10 million, and what they offer him 4 years at 6.2. Then they agreed to the term, and I think they agreed to money. They made the announcement for the press conference, and then something happened, and he something changed, and he wouldn't sign, and it was money apparently. So he wants to be paid. Yeah, they'll sign him at some point. And you know what? The way their goalies are playing, like in preseason here, they're going to get desperate pretty soon, you'd think. Ooh, a big good chance there for, I think that's Holmberg right in front of Dobish. But they don't score 1 minute. 1 minute of play left. Empty net again. I don't think they're going to tie it up. Icing call against the Habs, so Dobish will get back into the net. You know, Larry, it's not that they shouldn't have traded the other goalie. What they should have done is signed Swayman before they traded Allmark. I think that was a huge mistake on their part to not make sure Swayman was signed, and then they can safely trade Allmark. I think once they traded Allmark, Swayman's leverage went up. 22 seconds. They're not getting the puck bounce. No puck luck tonight here at the end anyway. And that'll do it. 2-1 Toronto. But you know what, though? Man, if I'm Toronto, sure, it's their first win of the season and all that. But, man, they only beat us 2-1 with the lineup that we put out there and the lineup they put out there. Wow. I mean, basically, they played an AHL team, and they barely beat them. That's crazy. Crazy good by Montreal. Very proud of these young players for just showing this is good, and it's a great omen for the future because, you know, you're showing the kind of quality players that are now in the system and fighting for jobs on the big club. So I think a really good showing. Marty St. Louis stays. Where would he go? Wow. Okay, Randy, you're asking. Marty St. Louis stays. He's going to be here a long time. Marty St. Louis is the right coach here for this team, especially this young team. And as he gets more experience as a coach and these players, you know, mature also, he's going to stay. He's a really good coach. I don't care what you want to say. It's a rebuilding team. Sure, the record has been crappy over the last 2 seasons, of course. But Marty St. Louis, I don't want him to go anywhere. Saturday Leafs will get destroyed. I mean, I hope so. It depends on the lineup we put out, but I would expect it's going to be a much better lineup. The Robertson goal was embarrassing. I mean, you know, to a certain degree. Not like crazy embarrassing. Those things happen. Sorry, but those things happen. Young defenseman playing a little too lackadaisically, I thought, handling the puck. And I thought it before the guy stole the puck. And the guy stole the puck and scored. So, yeah. Habs goalies were good tonight. Dobish, goalie, that's right. He played the whole game. Dobish was really good tonight. There was definitely one goal for sure he saved. For sure he saved a goal in the first period with a pad save on a 2-on-1. That was amazing. So, yeah, Dobish is a good goalie. He's showing it. He's not making the team this year. And without a doubt, doesn't matter what the goalies do in camp. It's going to be Monty and Primo. All right. I'm a dud. All right, so Saturday is the next game. Like we said, 7 o'clock as usual. I'm going to be doing that tomorrow. I will be putting out my Metro Division goalie tandem ranking video. Let's see what's happening on Sunday. Nothing. I'm busy on Sunday, but I don't think I'm doing anything on air. And tomorrow look for, if you haven't caught Pucking Around podcast, the latest one on the other channel is going to be coming up on this channel. I'll be loading that up tomorrow. So that's from Monday's podcasts. So if you haven't caught it over on Don't Puck with Media, I mean, please do go over there. We appreciate that. But if not, you can catch it over here. And that's it. I got nothing else for you. So I'm going to go have supper now. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Really do appreciate it. Always enjoy hanging out with you guys. And this was, it turned out to be a good game and an enjoyable game to watch from what I thought would be a tough game to watch. And, man, if I'm a Leafs fan, I'm worried about that team. I mean, it should be anyway. But, yeah, if I'm a Leafs fan, you got to start, the worry's got to start setting in a little bit. It's preseason. But, man, that team should have beat the hell out of us tonight. And they didn't. So, and the same thing happened with the Sens young squad. They beat the Toronto Maple Leafs. So, yeah, I think the Leafs may be in trouble. I hope so. All right, so let me know anything in the comment section after I leave. Give a thumbs up and a subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in 2 days. 2 days live right here. We're gonna beat the Leafs then. So thanks for watching, everybody. Till next time, stay safe. Peace out, y'all. I'll see you soon. Have a good night. Ciao, everybody. Still early enough to have a good night. Ciao, everybody.